Good evening, traders. Mark here from the day trading room. The time is it's 8 o'clock in the evening London time, and I'm going to share with you an observation, should I say, that I've made in the past 10 days or so. A little scalp play that's been working quite nicely. Don't normally share specific details of setups this tight and this in this sort of short time frame scalp type plays, but why not now? it's There are no specific targets for this trade. There's no specific stop. You have to use what you're comfortable with as part of your trading plan. I know what I use, targets and stops, but I'm going to let you decide how to implement that. All I'm going to show you here is the pattern and what's working. Now, this may stop working as soon as I put the video out. That's the market, guys. That's how trading works. And as a professional trader, if you're sitting there as a professional trader, you should be looking out for little new setups that are happening, little patterns in the market that are happening. Now, every now and then they'll come along, and you'll notice something occurring, and then you note it down and you look for it the next day. And if it happens, you hit it. As long as your risk is managed, you've got a little extra edge, you can take it. Now, this is completely different from the library of setups that we use, or that I use, every day, all day, and throughout the years. Now, they need to be tweaked, those, as the market changes. But if the market's rotational, I've got a library of setups I use for that. If it's volatile and trending, I've got a library of setups I use for that. This is completely different. This is an observational setup. This is a setup or a little strategy based on what you're seeing in the market in the very short term, i.e. the past week, the past 2 weeks. Sometimes you might get a month out of it, but that's the style. That's what we're looking for. As I say, no specific target. Stop. You make your own stop up, but use it as you see fit. I'm just going to talk about the pattern. Okay, the pattern is this. Now let me find. I think I've put a few examples on here, and we'll start with one of the good ones. Okay, the pattern is this. It's a buy side only trade, so it's long only. I haven't observed it on the short side. Now, that may well be because we've got the 60-minute and an uptrend at the moment, and we've got the wind behind us and on the daily pushing up. So I can only say that it seems to be working on the long side. And the trade is this. The market moves away from the VWAP, so you're going to need a VWAP on your chart. Market moves away from the VWAP, little bit of a push away. Now, again, this is up to you to decide how far away from the VWAP the trade is activated. A lot of feel is based on this trade. This is, for me, a lot of feel. I've got not a lot of strict parameters with it. It's just, as I say, an observation, and then just reading the tape and reading the order flow as we get to the setup. The trade is this. As the market pushes away to the downside, away from the VWAP, and starts to come back up to the VWAP, the first test of the VWAP, we get this little setup. Okay, now run through the psychology of it as well. Who's on the other side of the trade, very important. So we get a pull down here, and we can imagine if that's the VWAP there. Okay, imagine, yeah, gotta have a good imagination, but that's the VWAP there, right? In fact, let's go crazy. That's the VWAP there, right? We've got the white VWAP there, and the price is moving away. Okay, so as the price moves away, we're going to look for this sort of pattern. Okay, I don't know, it doesn't matter what happens here. It's nice to see something like this where you get the double bottom or the fake out, but some sort of bottoming pattern or even a V is fine. But anyway, the point is it's going back up to the VWAP. Now, people are expecting the price, the bears are expecting, maybe some bulls are expecting the price to now retest, perhaps go to new lows, perhaps to test a double bottom, to do something, some more work to the downside. That's what people are expecting, and that's what bears are hoping for, etc., etc. Bears are giving it one last chance if it's gone up to the VWAP and it's held. They're giving it one last chance, if you like. That's the sort of thing, But we get this. If we zoom in on that, imagine that's zooming on this. We're getting this price here pushing up. It's trying to test, and then we're getting strength coming in. That's the trade. Okay, there's the buy, and the exit is somewhere up here. Okay, no, it's quite loose, but let me show you some examples here. Excursion away from the VWAP, push back up to the VWAP, pull back down. Everyone's thinking it's going to push lower. No, it doesn't. The ticks aren't even playing at all in this instance. And then we get a test above the VWAP. Okay, that's what we're looking for. We're looking for an exit above the VWAP. One in, all out trade. Okay, there's no extra edge to it. The edge is literally just that. The fact that people are expecting the market to push lower after a good probe lower and a retrace of the VWAP, they don't get it, and we're getting that little spike above that swing high that we just put in. Okay, so there's one example there, and then we'll look again day before. Excursion away from the VWAP, again subjective, do what you want with that. Push up to the VWAP, tried to push lower, didn't, spike above that swing high. So we're looking to buy that, and we can take it out on that swing high, and that worked nicely. We've got another one. Have we got another one here? No, that one did not work, so there's nothing on that one to do. Day before here, yes, we've got a good one here. Excursion away from the VWAP, as I say, push back up, tagged it, started to roll over. Everyone's thinking it's going to roll over. No, ticks didn't play the game, and then we got the spike above that swing high, and there's your exit around there. As I say again, it's a scalp play only, and here we go. Another trade here. This one, not a lot in it, but it's there nevertheless. The trade's there. Excursion away from the VWAP, push back up, tagged the VWAP, started to push back down, tried to push lower. Again, your entry, you've got to be subjective here, guys. Read the tape, read the order flow, use some sort of pattern, whatever you need to do to pull the trigger. I'm just showing you the pattern that's out there. Push lower, and we just took out that high by a tick or so. So not a lot in it, but it's there nevertheless. Same sort of theme. Again, excursion away from the VWAP, push back up, tagged it, tried to push lower, couldn't push lower, pop back up the VWAP, whatever your exit strategy is in there. So we've had quite a few in the row here. That's went to the upside that day, so that's not that doesn't count. Although this one here, if you'd have taken that, it looks like you're gonna take a stop. Although saying that, okay, let's not be silly here. If the low is there and we're starting to probe here, just have some common sense and think, hey, the low's there. Maybe let's just wait. Maybe that trade isn't going to be on. Let's just wait and see what happens at that low. You've got to use some trading perspective on these setups. Nothing here. We didn't really excursion away from the VWAP. Same there. Oh yeah, we got one here as well. Pushed up, and he could have actually. I guess really, strictly speaking, your entries here. Your entry's probably here, depending on how you managed it. Of course, your entry's on that point there, and you're looking for a push above there. And there's a 10-tick trade in that. But equally so, the theme of the trade is for that push over and pull back up. So either way, nice trade. And I think that's probably it. Pushed away from the VWAP. Anything here? Pushed away from the VWAP. Anything here? That is data coming out there. So obviously you're not going to do it around data. 3 o'clock London time is data. Any more? Okay, there's one here. Yeah, would you have taken that? Maybe. Is it far enough away from the VWAP? I don't know. Your call. But hey, same sort of thing. Pushing away, getting people excited about some downside activity, and then it's just punishing the shorts again. Pushing up to the VWAP, pulling back over. It's just not going anywhere. Ticks are not going anywhere, and the slow drift up. So, I think there's enough examples here. There's another one here if you want it. Again, subjective push away from the VWAP. Try to tag it again. Looked like it was going to go to new lows, and then just disappointed the bears, and then it's pushed up. Not a lot in the trade, but the point is it's there to be taken. So little setup for you guys. It's happening, it's working. You can see how many times it's worked. Use your own risk management. Please use your own risk management. Decide what sort of stop you can use, if that's fixed, if that's based on a swing point, whatever. But this is a scalp play only. It's a scalp play only. This is what I'm doing. This is how I'm trading this at the moment in terms of scalping. Obviously other setups, using all sorts of other setups as usual, but this is something that's working from a scalp point of view. But usual disclaimers and risk management rules apply. So use your own risk management rules, and this is for information purposes only. Okay guys, I hope you had a great week last week. Perhaps in another video talking about a couple of different trades that I did, two ends of the spectrum really. I'll do that on a separate video. So hope that's of some use to you. As I say, no idea if it's going to carry on working, but something to look out for. And if it's there and you can make profit from it, great. If it's not there, keep your eyes peeled for some other setups. Okay, take care guys, speak to you soon.